Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schutzler. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe and method for making Australian rack of lamb. A few tips about lamb and the way to recognize it. The three largest countries that produce lamb is the United States, Australia, and New Zealand. And if you were to look at the country size, obviously New Zealand is the smallest and the United States is the largest. So when you look at a rack of lamb, if it has the really small eye, it's from New Zealand. The medium size would be from Australia, and the large eye on the loin would be from the United States. Another thing as well, the size of the loin also dictates the size of the price. The lamb from the United States is a lot more expensive than the others. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. The first thing I like to do is cut the rack in half. Because I'm gonna use this as a plated dinner, now I'm pretty much already portioned. It's ready to go. If I were having a party and I wanted to carve it or, serve it as like an appetizer, I would then just leave the rack whole simply because it's easier, it's less work. So first thing I like to do is season it a bit with some olive oil. And then I will add kosher salt. I'm gonna season it well. Remember, we are cooking this sous vide. I will also add a little bit of black pepper. And then I have a spice rub that I use for game, venison and elk, and obviously lamb. It's a grind of peppercorns. It has Juniper, Allspice. There's some cinnamon ground into here, and a tiny bit of ginger. So now that we have these seasoned, let's go ahead and put them into our vacuum seal bags. Well, the water is set at 132 degrees Fahrenheit. It is now up to temperature. We will put our lamb into the water bath for 2 hours or 2 hours and 15 minutes, up to you. And if you don't have vacuum seal bags, feel free to use a displacement method by using a Ziploc bag, where you put the seasoned meat into the bag, submerge it into the water, and slowly, as you push down further and the water level reaches towards the top of the Ziploc, without allowing the water to get in, the air will be pushed out. Secure it firmly, and you have the same principle. Well, 2 hours to go. This is a great time to start on our side dishes. Well, here we are after 2 hours. Our lamb is done, and we are ready to remove it from the water bath. The first thing you'll want to do is pat it dry. Because the next step on this is we're going to sear it. And there are two ways you could sear it. First of all, the traditional way is in a saute pan, which is, pretty obvious and pretty standard. However, you could use a blowtorch. And for my friend Heavy Metal Barbecue, we are going to blowtorch. Well, here we are, all dried off. The fat is nice and soft. Because of the slow cooking process sous vide, this is actually going to be edible. We don't even need to take it off. Nice, beautiful pink in there. Looking good. We will fire up our torch and then start searing.
good.
Well, there is one of the many ways that I prepare Australian rack of lamb. Today I'm going to serve mine with a jicama frite. Basically, it's a fried jicama, almost like a French fry. Rather than using potato, I'm substituting jicama. Arugula salad and a white balsamic cherry compote. Feel free to use any side dish that you like. Common ones for me are white beans, lentils, even tabbouleh. You know, especially during the summer, something lighter. Wintertime, I go more heavier with the legumes. Well, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to subscribe, be up to date with our latest posts. And if you're enjoying what we're doing, please give us the old thumbs up. Thanks again for joining. Juniper.